Hello, hello. I think I'm alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Hey, Lorenzo, what's up, brother?
Hey.
I think Diana. Hey, there she is.
Alone now.
No, but I'm trying to
There
figure out.
doesn't seem to be anyone around. Hey,
You
Lorenzo.
gotta mute your YouTube browser.
Hey.
I think Diana. Hey, there she is. Alone now.
No, but I'm trying to
There
figure out.
doesn't seem to be anyone around. Hey,
Hold on, guys.
Go
Hold
in
on.
the tab
I'm
that
trying.
you have
Hold on.
YouTube open in and mute it.
Okay.
No, but I'm trying to figure out. Seem to be anyone around.
Hold on, guys. Did it work?
There's a tab right up on the top.
Mute it.
Okay.
No, but I'm trying to figure out.
Do I have to come down and help?
Did it work?
There's a tab right up on the top.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on.
No. Oh, you're still doing it, aren't you? Anyways, welcome to Hero Shack Wednesday Walk-Ons. I have no idea why I called it that, but we're glad to see you guys. We're just doing our weekly, our weekly show where we update everybody on what's going on. Diana, why are you still muted? I really think I'm going to have to go down and help her.
Hold on a second. I'm coming. I'm sorry, guys. Hi.
Diana, why are you still muted?
Do you hear that echo? I can't find it.
It's in a tab. It's in a tab. It's your YouTube tab. Wherever you have that open. I'll come down and help you if you need it. So anyways, guys. Manga Yoshoken. I am working on issue 3. 11 pages down. 13 more to go. And we're going to see about maybe there'll be a 4th issue. Now, in this campaign, I'm going to try a couple of different things. But one of the things I'm kicking around, and you guys can tell me what you think. Diana, hi.
Hi.
I'm thinking about offering a subscription tier. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I do. I'm sorry. You know what happened? I had Safari open because I was using Safari and I can't do StreamYard through Safari. So I opened Chrome, but I had YouTube running on Safari. And that's why I'm like, I did do what you were telling me to do. But then it dawned on me, I'm like, oh crap, I have Safari still open. And yes, Lorenzo, I am totally getting used to this new Apple product. And I do like it, but it is a huge learning curve for me, as you can see. So I apologize, everybody. So yes, you had talked to me about the subscription idea, and
So
I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know how well it would.
Just to cover this a little bit, I'm a little inspired by Immortal Mask. That was probably my favorite black and white series of last year. And he did 3 issues, and he sent them out all at once. And I'm going to do the same with Mangai, but I was thinking, how cool would it be, especially with younger, readers, to offer a subscription tier where we would literally send, the 3 or 4 books that Mangai will be, compiled of every month to, backers who go in that tier. Because last week when we were talking, I was remembering how cool it was to get a subscription, to get a comic book every month. Now, it wouldn't be more than 4 or 5 months in total, but that's still almost half a year. And that's enough to kind of remind kids, well, not even remind them, kind of give them the chance to experience what it's like to anticipate that book showing up monthly,
So it would be different pricing, of course, right? Then
we would have to adjust the pricing for mailing rate. And I also think we should probably consider, if we're doing it subscription, we have to look at how big companies do it. Now, they throw theirs in a paper sleeve and send it out, or at least they used to. I don't know what they do now, if they even do subscriptions.
Right.
But I would think we could probably go the bubble wrap route to save some money if we were doing it like Amazon does. You know how they send them in bubble wrap envelopes? But I don't even know if that would be worth it. If the postage difference is
Why
just...
couldn't we put it in a Gemini packer? I guess I'm confused about that.
I'm trying to figure out ways to keep that down, because every shipment is going to cost $2 to $3, right?
Yeah. It's about 4 something now.
No, it's not, because I just got one from... we just got Melvin 2, and that wasn't that much. And same thing with Screecher. They've come down a bit. They were last time they were higher, but I think they've come down a little. Rick, what's up? Welcome to the show. We'll be sharing the link soon. But something to think about. We're thinking about trying to offer a subscription tier, or more specifically, I'm thinking about it, and I don't know if it makes sense. But I want to do it in the spirit of that thrill of getting a book every month. If Man Guy works out to be 3 issues, well, that's 4 books because we have the handbook that's going to be accompanying it. That's a full black and white, basically encyclopedia to help the reader understand everything that goes on in the Man Guy story. But the Man Guy story right now is planned for 3 issues. I might make the 3rd issue a little longer, or even expand it to a 4th issue.
So on the subscription,
Yes.
how would, like, if we put it on Kickstarter and
Yep.
people sign up for a subscription, they would only get 1 book every month, or would they get all 3 books and then?
Well, we would offer 2 tiers. We would offer one with all the books. We call that the binge read, right? They get all of them at once. And then we would offer the subscription read, which would mean it would be released every month. And on our end, we'd already buy all the books. It would just be a matter of mailing them out on the 1st of every month for 4 or 5 months. With the whole idea of just basically creating that feeling of having a subscription, of waiting on that book, the anticipation.
Okay. The reason I'm muting, can you hear them in the background?
Yeah. We have 2 dogs that are decidedly insane.
Well, they decide that now is their playtime because they napped for 2 hours with me on the couch.
And they decided to do it in your office. What a charming place to go.
Oh, yeah,
Earlier, Tiny was in here farting her brains out. So
of course
I can't say I was sorry to see her come to you. I'm going to share the link to StreamYard. Y'all are welcome to join the conversation. What do you think about the idea of a subscription service for a campaign?
It will cost more.
Yes, it would have to cost a little more. Well, it would have to cost a little more. And it would definitely be for someone who either wants to relive the thrill of a monthly book, or someone who wants to share that with a kid or a reader who's never had that opportunity. Like when we were talking about it, you yourself have never actually subscribed to a comic, right?
Right. I've never had that experience.
I don't think you've ever subscribed to any magazine, but maybe you got the thrill with a pen pal. I don't know, but that always took longer than a month.
Well, I did have, I used to subscribe to Parent when my girls were little, Highlights when they were little, the Highlight magazine.
Right. So you got regular issues then.
Fun. It was fun, but it's not something that like you look at very fondly on that, which is cool. I don't have those memories. Hold on a second.
Well, I wonder how many comic book fans out there, creators, fans, how many of you guys did get a subscription? Because I remember getting them and loving it. Yeah, Tim, that was my word. I think Melvin 2 far exceeds number 1. And I'm looking forward to seeing number 3. Any minor complaints I have are minor. Like, one thing I didn't get was the cover because you didn't dress it with any logo, but it's cool at the same time, Yeah, Captain America was another one. I never subscribed to Captain America, but I did pick it up all the time at the corner store. I subscribed to Iron Man and Amazing Spider-Man, and that was back in the 90s. And back then, it basically came wrapped in the same kind of paper they make brown paper bags in. Virgin cover, that's what it's called. That's right. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, I want to at least consider making a tier where we can offer that, 1 per month for however months it would take to fulfill the campaign. Because for me, that was a big thrill. Now, granted, that was also with a built-in love for Spider-Man and Iron Man, If a kid gets a book on month 1 and he hates it, then he's not going to be too thrilled about 2, 3, and 4, right?
How would we address that? What if somebody signed up for it,
Yeah.
subscription, and we send them out the first book and they absolutely hate it and they want their money back? We would refund them, of course. But
I don't know if we could at that point, because we would have to make it clear that all 4 books or all 5 books, if that's what it works out to, have been purchased. And we're doing this to simulate the thrill of a subscription.
so
I
they
don't
would be
know.
paying up
Like, we
front.
could, I guess, because we could just save it for the conventions and stuff, but
But they would pay up front, correct?
that would be the idea. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's how you do a subscription. Like when Marvel did it, when DC did it, you sent in a money order, actually, is what I did.
Yeah.
And they would send it.
That's cool though. I'm not disagreeing. I just am
So,
clarifying.
Tim, just to answer your question, the most minor thing, which I know is going to be rectified next issue, is I didn't the 3 different artists made the flow a little different to go along with. And believe me, I understand what that's like because I go through it with my daughter. She'll pick up on when I've gone drawing on a flow and then my style kind of abruptly changes. But artist changes in the middle of a story can be tough. Nevertheless, overall, I thought the whole black and white thing came out really good. And I think that has to do with Andy. I believe Andy's might be the same Andy that I was able to print a pinup of in the Troll book. And I've never actually been able to talk to him after I got that. It's been really hard to get a hold of him, mostly because I'm ignorant. But I believe he's a really good artist if he's who I believe he is. He was nice to see on that book. I don't think Diana's really had a chance to look at it, right, babe? Oh, she's muted again. She's probably not even there.
I am here. Do you want to listen to the dogs? I just put my headphones in. Can you hear them?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, well, you have to understand the headphones don't negate
I
the
know. I was
microphone.
just thinking, but
It's fine though. I can
I'm
hear you.
trying to be courteous to the listening audience so they don't hear the beastly children that are literally under my feet. It's Chewy antagonizing Tiny to play with her.
Yeah,
but
when I took her out just now, that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to play.
It's because she napped all afternoon. It's because we have this inclement weather and I couldn't get her out in the late afternoon like I normally do. Normally I get her out around 4:35, but it was snowing and raining. It was miserable out there. But actually, Tim, I saw it. I didn't actually look at the book, but I kind of thumbed through it. It looks very cool. I look forward to reading it, but I am actually in the process of reading Rick's book. So I'm going to do that one first, and then I'm going to get to yours.
I'm trying to think. We need to find our next book to back. So if you guys know of any worthy projects, let us know. We're looking for stuff to back. Yes, we are, because I'm always looking to have at least 1 or 2 books a month. The thing is, last year I was backing a little willy-nilly, and several books still haven't come in. A couple came in. I was really disappointed, and there were several diamonds in the rough. But we're being a little bit more careful this year, and just trying to make sure that we get what we order and we get it in a timely fashion. Not necessarily, hey, you said February, it's February 1st, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't need to get complaining about late books because everybody's experienced it. Yeah, okay, so Andy, I believe, is the super talent that I'm thinking of. This kid is talent to the hilt. So bravo for bringing him on your book, Tim. Hang on, let me hit this. Yes. Yeah, Lorenzo, those were classics, man. All those ads, really, they were part of the experience. whenever I started doing this,
I wish I
Diana can
can't
tell you,
know.
I was going to do ads every single issue for the rest of my life, and I quickly realized that I was running out of ideas by the third or fourth issue. But they are so cool and so fun. If I could legally get the right to reprint them, I would likely, fill a page or two every book just with the silliest ads that we ever saw. And Diana, you probably missed out on that stuff, right?
Yeah, I didn't see much of that kind of stuff,
Well, for
actually.
instance, I remember the sea monkeys. The
Mhm.
ad was so
I do
convincing to me.
remember them. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I didn't have books where they were part of the ads and stuff like that.
Oh no, but I was just saying. I thought when I got sea monkeys, they were really going to be humanoid, finned, tiny things that lived in a little plastic aquarium. I thought they were selling little lives.
That's funny. You thought they were real, right?
Absolutely, and they are real. They just look nothing like the caricatures,
Right. They don't look.
I mean, what are they? They're like some sort of microscopic or tiny squid, right? Or
Mhm.
shrimp or something.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like dried shrimp or something. You put them in water, they come to life and squirm around, and you can. That's why they put the magnifying bubbles on the side of it, so you could actually see them when they swam past. But the comic book ads made it look like there was a little family. There was a mom and a dad. He had a pipe underwater. How did he have a pipe underwater? And little baby kitty running around, and I was like, I want one of them.
Those were fun. We can't offer that though, right? We're not offering.
Well, I would offer it if we could find some wholesale, but that's impossible, right? I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
even if they had them, what would be the gimmick? We'd have to have a reason to have it. Like if it was a tie-in with a book with something funny aquatically,
Right.
but no. Man Guy, although the Mermaid Empire is involved in the Trust, which is a force that's attacking Bryce the Bold,
Hmm.
they're not key to the story, and they wouldn't have anything to do with sea monkeys. So
Right.
yeah, they're more or less assisting in mystical help. They can't do much on a landlocked area. Yeah. So the show apparently has no viewers. No, there's one. So we're doing really horrible in the ratings, honey. I think I should show cleavage. What do you think?
That's really weird that you
It's
would say that.
gross, man, but it works, right?
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. I can't really do it in this chair. And besides, this is not the shirt for cleavage.
Please don't.
All
Please
right. Well,
don't.
I'll drop that till next week.
Whatever you do, please don't. Well, it could just be a quiet night. There might be some internet outages. I know it would seem like our internet was kind of pokey and slow earlier. Like I have a brand new laptop and I'm like, why is it taking forever to get online? I don't know if that was it or not, but
Hey, Rick.
Hello.
I see the Canadian Shield.
Yes, I would have been in sooner, but as Diana was saying about internet outages, my internet was out for my computer for about the last 10 minutes.
It
You
must be
started-
something in the air because I had a whole half-hour pre-show that I was very happy with.
yeah.
Yeah.
And when I went to save it, the computer crashed twice.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
So that's
lovely.
on my mind. I have to fix that at some point. But yeah, it totally crashed. It wouldn't save it.
Yeah, well, the last 2 days, the internet, just with my computer, doesn't want to act right.
Do you want to get down now?
And especially at the most inconvenient of times, like while I was doing my show, while I'm trying to watch you.
Oh, that's always the worst, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a good time this week though. Admittedly, we have had a lot of time off of work because of the snow, which
Yeah,
sounds silly because it's not bad, but it's bad enough to where they don't want to be liable for children getting hurt or anything. And
yeah.
hey, Tim's
Although
backstage. What's
it's
up, bro?
probably 10 times
Hello.
worse than that.
You probably didn't see all the messages I was sending there in the
And it
private
was
chat.
probably
I just
10
saw
times
that
worse than
one.
this when we went to kids.
Hey, you know what, guys?
Oh, sorry.
I'm totally
Jen.
screwing up. Hang on. I'm doing all this wrong. Ready? I think I'm doing this right now. Hang on. Okay,
What?
first. I think I made it too long, right?
Maybe just a touch.
That's outdated. It said making his mark in 22.
I
Okay.
just want to know.
I just saw that
Chris,
stronger chair.
I just want to know, Chris, why
Yeah.
it's supposed to be all about Timothy. When you zoom in near that last time, it goes up to you and not down to him.
I know. I don't know. I'm thinking
was
about
the
going back and
reaction of
re-getting that
him.
footage because really it doesn't show him falling that well, does it?
No.
No.
It's
Yeah,
so-
I need
it's
to
so
go back
funny.
and try to recapture that, see what's up with that.
And there's one where you have all 4 panelists, and you show him. You should focus on him instead of all 4 of us.
Well, I think I wanted to do one for like the setup, but then like I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was drunk that night or something, but I don't drink, so it's unlikely. But I don't know, man. I was just looking at it too. I'm like, that could be a lot better. And why don't I stay on Tim when he falls? So I got to go back and find the stream.
There's that part where I pick up the pieces of what's left of the chair. It's like,
Yeah, I got to go back and get it because it was good.
I didn't expect that to happen. Like, what the hell happened to my chair?
I need to redo all of them. Really, I mean, I have ones for Diana and me too, but they're just they're too long.
Yeah, interesting review on Melvin too. It is pretty good. I didn't think you would. I didn't know you didn't know anything about a Virgin cover. They're not supposed to have a logo or anything. It's just the artwork.
No, I didn't know it was a Virgin cover, but I forgot the name too.
Yeah.
So when I opened it, I was like, for half a second, I was like, oh, they messed up and didn't put his title on.
No, that was done on purpose.
Well, I figured that after I really looked at him, like,
Yeah.
nah, he's not stupid. He sent this to me. He knows. So then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's cool. And then, like I said, the only other thing that got my noggin was the art change,
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
minor. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I don't know. Andy seems to add like a harmonizing touch to it,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Well,
it helps it smooth out.
Yeah. Well, his filler page, his style is definitely kind of an underground art comic book style, kind of like you would see
Yeah.
like in the 80s. But Sid really, really stepped up and also, helped save that book too. His is like mostly the last part of the book.
Well, there's a lot of art in it. It was probably Sid's that looked really, really good. But I thought it was. Did Andy do any of the pencils?
He did one page and he gray toned Vic's page, and I think he gray toned Sid's pages.
There was some elements to some of the art that really made me think about him. So he probably had a lot to do with it. Just it came off really well, even despite the changing artist thing.
How'd you feel about the story?
Well,
I actually did. I had an editor for this one, and Gable really did very well at it.
yeah, the story wasn't so bad. It reminds me of kind of like an 80s Flash Gordon. What's the other one that I was thinking about when I was reading it? Not because it's like it, but it has that tone. Big Trouble in Little Chinatown with Kurt Russell.
I love that movie. That movie is
Yeah.
so dope.
But he kind of has that vibe to him, Melvin.
Yeah.
And honestly, the chick, I don't take her so seriously.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just kind of I'm like, yeah. But like Melvin in the gun there and stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, that's so Kurt Russell.
Well, there was that scene where he's like, that scene where she's cutting that one cultist up, and for
You
some
mean
reason,
their heads coming off and stuff?
yeah, I was thinking of that. Have you ever played Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 9? The fatalities in there, they're just really drawn out for.
Well, I have to be honest. Mortal Kombat, I could never do fatalities.
Yeah, but
I was
mean,
the worst.
Yeah,
well,
I couldn't do
I
them
was-
either.
I always did the easy ones, but I'd practice on the hard ones.
I
But,
was one of those guys who would find it on the internet and go, "Yeah, I know what you mean."
I'm gonna do my fatality right.
My phality.
But
So, Miss Diana, I see you're unmuted and we're not talking about anything that you can jump in on. Why don't you give us a little tidbit?
Okay. Well, you guys were like in the middle of a conversation, so I didn't jump in.
Hey, I have something for you to comment on.
Okay.
You were looking at the bling that came with Melvin 2 today.
oh yeah. You mentioned how you like the bling.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
did.
think-
I thought it was kind of cool. I
Yeah,
cracked up with your punch soda punch. I can't remember you did that. I'm like,
I just
oh, God.
I just thought that was. It's not. Yeah, I got my point across, but it's still funny. Especially
Oh, my
since
goodness.
I did that Redbubble store. It looks good on there's a kind of like those little mats for animals to sleep on. You have like a dog one and when you look at the store where the ad they have, the logo's on there, and then you have a dog sitting.
So do you
You're
guys want
funny.
to see something kind of I don't know if I should actually use this or not. I'm thinking about it. But I'll just show you guys, okay? This was going to be in the pre-show that wouldn't save.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to
Chris?
take the new song.
Diana,
You cannot
Yeah.
save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
We're not as tough as
Now I'm looking at the special effects. They're not that big of a deal, but I like them. That was going to be in the pre-show.
Cool.
So somebody called my name and I couldn't hear them. I apologize because of the music.
It was Rick. I don't know. What's up, Rick?
that was. Oh, probably my net's just playing
Okay.
tricks on me, going out a little bit
Okay.
because I didn't see that thing, and I'm trying to figure out whether you guys could hear me or not or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I could hear you.
Oh.
So I'm thinking about calling the clown set. So in Mangai Yoshokin, there is a trust, right? They're this evil, wicked group that, basically do the bidding of Satan. And
They're-
one of the
and they're
sects
clowns.
within the group is a bunch of clowns, but they're not clowns like what you're thinking. They're demonic, of course.
It's just.
But basically, all those clowns you saw, they're basically balloons, and they're full of hot air from the clown, and they're animated. Remember, so I'm sure everybody knows the story about how we are alive by the breath of God. This is imitation. You know how like demons like to try to imitate God.
Right.
But basically, this
Yeah.
evil demonic clown fills up all these balloons, and they run around doing all sorts of mischief. Their kryptonite is they're just balloons. So once you know that they're balloons, they're not very tough.
right.
But
Are
you
you
know.
watching? Are you seeing the screen I'm sharing?
yeah, we are. We are.
What are the odds they would do that for an ad, for part of the ad for the product?
They're pretty good, man. You got it right there. Uh-oh. I bounced.
And
I was trying. Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Do I get my
guess
intro
that.
again? No.
Yeah. Actually, I'm trying to clean up the windows right now. I had everything like all weird, and there's still one more. Where is it? I don't know which
don't
one
know.
it is. Oh well, I'll leave it for now.
But how do you
I
like
think I
the
found it.
difference between the original and the revamped for this page of Canadian Shield?
Let me see.
I have to enlarge it.
Enlarge it. Yep. One's more shiny.
Yeah, the one on the
One-
right.
One has a colored paneled background. The other one is white
Yeah.
basic panels. One has lettering, and the other one does not yet have lettering.
Yeah,
Therefore,
Yeah,
I think
well,
the
this-
one on the right is the newer one, right?
yeah.
Is it just me, or did the Canadian Shield and the newer version get beefier on the second panel?
He got beefier. In fact, he should look, I think, a little beefier in, I think, all the panels.
Yeah.
But as you notice, in the second panel, the birds are still there, but not quite as many.
I remember the bird. That's funny. That's funny.
There we go.
So, do you think the one on the right is better? And hey, Terry.
Hey, Terry. Well, honestly, I like the one on the right, but I kind of like.
The
I
classic.
like the middle panel on the left a little more than the middle panel in the right because of the size. But I see like it's not bad. I see what you did, but I kind of like.
Yeah,
But you have to get close to them, so it works like theatrically or cinematically. You know, however you want to put it. It's just side by side. I kind of like seeing more of the Shield, the Canadian Shield. I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
had to talk in my radio voice.
Oh.
So are you going to offer the classic Canadian Shield #1 as as it like a tier by itself, like or something?
I don't know what I'm going to do for that. Once I get the book done, or within a page or two, I'm gonna do a campaign for it over on Kickstarter, and offer number
You should
2,
have them printed.
and as well as
You should have them printed on metal plates, and then offer it as a metal plate book. That would be so cool. It would be expensive,
soon
more
as
to
I
ship than to make.
Yeah. As soon as I get everything sent out for my number 2 campaign, Canadian Shield 2 and more campaign, I'm gonna put up a Kickstarter, sign up thing, because they have that over on Kickstarter now. Finally, the pre-launch, and then once I get done all the pages, I'm gonna launch on Kickstarter. Hopefully, I'll finally be able to fund on Kickstarter.
I gotta tell you, waiting till you're almost done is the best possible choice, and
Especially
I'm feeling
nowadays.
it right now because had I launched in October, even with 60 days, I'd be late at this point. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm enjoying taking the time. I'm excited because Diana's behind now. She's going to have to catch up. I have like 11 pages for her to read. But that's my favorite kind of editorial sit down with her is when we have like more than 10.
Yeah. And this is the 6th page that I have like done. So, out of
Now, are you
24
doing all the
pages,
art and the? I know you're doing the colors, but are you redrawing the art? Are you? Some of
I'm
it looks
retweaking-
sort of redrawn.
Yeah, I'm tweaking it a little bit here and there. Like, obviously, in the second panel here, the Canadian Shield, as Tim pointed out, is a lot beefier.
I have a
So,
question.
what did you feed
know?
them to make them grow like that?
I have a question. Are you gonna digitally put Jabba the Hutt back into the Canadian Shield #1?
He was never supposed to be in it.
So are you going to sue Lucas for putting him in it?
Yeah.
He should control his characters.
I
Diana,
could probably show
Hello?
a few friends of mine want to know if you're going to create a comic book for children 10 and under.
At some point, I will. I don't know when, but yeah, at some point, I'd like to, for sure. You know,
That would be cool.
yeah, it would be.
I
think it
keep
would be.
thinking I'm going to make a book for 10 and under, and then it's not.
Yeah, your books are a little older, I think. It's just my thought. You know.
Well, I've been told a lot of times I tend to get very dark when I go dark.
You do. You're a very dark person, though. So
Well, I think the dark is okay, though. I think it makes for an exciting story. If you go too light, it's kind of like vanilla. It's like cupcakes.
Right. Well, I mean, you want your villains to be awful.
Yeah.
And awful yet sympathetic at the same time.
Well,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's the first. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I was just saying, there's the first page, the original version and the new version. I still got to put lettering in, of course, but
So, may I give you one word of advice?
sure.
See the third balloon on the left, and it totally covers the hand.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
you cover the hand in the redo, I am going to cough every time I hear the word Canadian Shield. Don't cover that hand. That hand is good.
Yeah.
I don't care how you do
I'll
it, man.
definitely try.
Spare the hand.
He will shame you for the rest of your days.
oh dear Lord.
I
That
will
would
miss
not be
the
good.
hand if you don't spare it. Because really, Rick, it looks good in hands. I am finding people notice hands more than I realized.
That's true.
Yeah.
You do a great
Well,
job on a.
I did the hand first, and then Dillard went over it. I forget what.
Well, you know, Dillard's not a bad artist.
Let's see.
He might be pretty fantastic.
Dillard's a great artist
Yeah, he really
most
is.
of the time.
I
Ooh,
have
damn.
enjoyed everything I got from him, even if the style is inconsistent, and I'm sure that has more to do with timing and, maybe even era of the artist. Like we go from year to year, we can see the differences in art, the growth and stuff. There we go. We're looking at a layout page with pencils and.
Yeah, well, pencil and then scanned in. That was what it looked like originally.
So the bottom right, that's a Mohawk dude.
Yeah, it's Canadian Shield.
Yeah, that's the
Without it.
Canadian.
Before he put on the mask, right?
Respect the do, man.
Yeah.
That looks good.
I have to ask you because I'm not
Should
aware.
be
Did he
able-
get that shaved down, or does he put the mask right over it?
He puts it right over it, but I'm a little inconsistent with the height of the mohawk.
Well, maybe the suit can, automatically adjust it and cut it.
Quit asking questions, man. Just accept you as a Mohawk.
I love the Mohawk. I'm a Mohawk man myself.
I find that hard to believe. Hard to believe, sir.
Really?
Someone challenged me. I haven't done anything crazy this year so far.
I challenge you to get a Mohawk. There you go. It is done.
Gosh.
My nickname in this town is Mr. T because nobody can pronounce Tamulevich, right?
Yeah.
What you
You know
talking
how
about,
to-
fool?
You know how to do a Mohawk the old-fashioned way, right?
Well, no.
Either
Do you mean the stand-up spike one?
Yes, either use glue or soap.
I would probably use Gorilla Snot if I could find it. That was the best sculpting gel I know of. It was literally called Gorilla Snot. Our foster daughter introduced it to our household, and it was the most wicked hair gel I had ever used.
Oh yeah.
I mean, once it dried, it was like lethal. If you put spikes in your hair and like went after somebody, you could seriously hurt them.
Oh my
I'm
god.
saying the old,
Lorenzo.
I'm saying the old school punks used to use either glue or soap.
Yeah, I believe it.
Works just as well.
Hands across America and Canada.
I like how you in parentheses put in Canada.
It's funny.
That is the challenge.
It is the challenge.
Well, actually, it's getting long enough. I'm thinking maybe by October we can cut it for a wig. It depends on the summer growth.
Just
Which
as
would
long
fall
as you
in-
don't wig out over it.
Well, it would fall in line with Cluster Fudge 3. And then I will have to consider keeping my hair short because I have a grandson that I don't want to freak out.
Why would he freak
And,
out just because you got long hair?
I don't know why he would.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I look like Alan Moore, you know? Kill all the
Your hair is
heroes.
longer than mine.
Who watches the Watchmen?
I'll be right back, you guys.
Doesn't he like worship
and
like
he
a?
doesn't even know that stuff.
Isn't he a little crazy? Doesn't he like worship like a 11th century deity that's like a small snake?
Yeah, well,
I'll be
he's
back.
a pagan, is how it's been described to me. I don't know much about him outside of that.
Isn't he a little nutty?
Yes, you know how mounds don't have nuts? He's the other one.
Obviously.
Yeah, almond joy. Yeah, I think he's nuts, and I think as much as The Watchmen was an incredible series,
Right. It was actually kind of brilliant.
he launched a whole genre of wannabes and copycats that some were great, but most ended up just taking down the industry a notch. You know, it became too much deconstruction, too much, anti-hero. In a lot of ways, I think he helped bring in that whole dark era. And I don't think we've ever recovered from that. Like, when I look at manga, one of the things that is so fun is it still feels like it's for kids in most cases, unless you're reading like one of the really violent ones. Like, they still have moments of silliness and all that stuff that I just don't see in Marvel and DC. I mean,
hey, look, I'm still saying Image
Yeah.
was still awesome. I mean, that was part of that whole dark era.
Image was awesome at points. Like, Image was like a heartbeat, thump thump. Every thump was a hit, but those in betweeners, some of that stuff.
Well, I mean, like
Well,
people were saying like, well, they're doing the same stuff they're doing in Marvel and DC. True, but it was the darker, grittier, cooler version of what they did.
yeah.
And it
Mar-
wasn't tied to
yeah.
Marvel, which made it better.
Yeah.
And Marvel and DC nowadays are too busy preaching at you to do the silliness.
Most Marvel and DC books, they just sit around talking and eating.
Yeah, I saw something today. It was X-23 talking to the girls, and she walked up and said, "Time for beer, slut girls," or something. I don't know. And I was thinking to myself, I know there aren't little girls reading this. I know there aren't. That cannot be meant for little girls. And the person who posted it was upset because one of the characters had been through major sexual abuse, and how could the writer not know it? And I'm thinking to myself, and I think the point they were trying to make was also the writer probably didn't read anything about the character, because that's not what they do. They just go, okay, we're going to assign what's her powers? Okay, we're going to make her, we're going to make her a they, and we're going to do this and this and this, and I don't know. It was like how they turned Bobby gay. It was just kind of, okay, Iceman, you're gay now. Boom.
Have you ever seen Steven Crowder's parody of the Captain America trailer?
I don't believe I have.
It's hilarious. He goes, and he's gay, and the Captain America goes like, "What? Yes, super gay. He craves the wiener." He's like, "What?"
Talking about Iceman?
No, talking about Captain America.
Well, I will admit I was a little uncomfortable
but
when they
who's
started with that whole
It
America's
was
ass.
it was Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder was doing a parody of the
Yeah, I get it, but who are they saying? Captain America is super gay, or somebody?
Yeah, that was
they're
they
introdu-
the narrator started saying he's gay, and then the Captain America who like strapped this table after he got the super soldier serum was like, what?
Now, Rick, I'm not sure. It could be because I'm on a
That's okay.
low res, StreamYard screen. Hang on, let me enlarge it.
Yeah,
I almost like the left side in the bottom panel there, the bottom two. I like the lighting on the right, but there's something charming about the harder shadows on the left. Just a thought, something to think about, but
yeah.
don't let me deter you because it is your book and it looks good on either side. But I
Yeah.
don't know. There's something about like I'm looking at the lowest right hand corner, and I
Yeah,
like him. I'm like, I like him.
I like the light in there too, but the background. He's in an old church, a church from that time, so there's a lot of stonework and all that. You're not really going to see that brightness, that yellow in that room around
Yeah,
him.
you're gonna have to keep it consistent.
So that's why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still like the art.
That's why. Yeah, that's the main reason I changed the yellow. And you can see the yellow. I stayed consistent even in there. The bottom three
Yeah.
panels on the left, it's all that yellowish tinge. But
Yep.
in
Yep.
making a lot of the gray work, the thing prominent in, especially the middle panel, I figured, I have to do this right.
Yep. Yep.
The panel you're gonna.
Yeah, I was
see
just
the church
mentioning it.
from-
I do like. I
church-
just like that face.
Yeah.
Is that a you face?
I don't know.
It looks good, man. It looks good.
Yeah. And as I was saying, I'll show it here in a sec, but the next panel is you see the back of the church from the pulpit where he is going to have been. So, or I'm pretty sure that's what you see next. Let me see.
We've got you under
Yeah.
pressure, Rick. There you go. So, if he was to wear a necktie, how big is his neck?
I don't know how you judge neckties, so I can't say. Probably pretty big.
I had to put Cyclopean in one in issue 1, and I just faked it. Like, I don't know how you would even really do it in reality. Because he's got no neck. Nice. Okay.
You should have somebody walk up to him and say, "Sir, no shoes, no shirt, no service. Get out."
All right, wait. I have a real problem here, Rick, and I'm going to tell you what it is right up. I'll be honest with you. Someone's been in the church vandalizing since you worked on it the first time. They've written all over the pews. I can see it. I can't read it.
Yeah. Well, guess what? In the first one, that was there. I for some reason, I took out all the lettering and had.
So are those like the dedicated seats that families would like donate based upon?
No. Well, if you remember, once upon a time in a lot of the stuff, you would have the credits right in the panel on
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I can see that.
So that's what I did. I took, all the credits are on those seats.
Very nice. All right. And that still is a callback. I don't know if you've ever been to a church that's older than like 100 years, but
Yeah.
the old timers, like like in the 1800s, they would literally like buy their
Have a
pew,
little-
like their name would be on it.
Yeah, little metal plaque, saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is in the honor. This pew is in honor of Joe Blow.
Right. From his loving family.
Yeah.
Aw. So like it was
But
almost like their name plaque, and when church would come, if they were in town, they would be sitting on their bench.
unfortunately, in Canadian Shield number 2, I don't get to do that. But in Snowdrift number 1, I do. It's the credits are on the last page. I'd show it, but some people have seen the last page. But I want to save it for anybody that has going to be getting the book to see the last page of Snowdrift. I
Right.
incorporate well, people have seen the outline, but there's a mirror on the last page that you see the back of, and I did the credits all down the back of the mirror.
Very neat. I never get that fancy because it would look like you ever see that movie? Oh, I forget the name of it. The Room with that guy Tommy, what's his face? And like the
Hi,
credits
Mom.
roll by, it's like such and such by Tommy, such and such by Tommy, such and such. You know, like so I just put by Chris and then
Hey,
Anna.
Hey
It's-
yo,
it's
What's up,
rebellious.
Pastry?
who's all
Hey,
here?
Rebellious.
So we've got. Oh, I have no idea who this Diana person is.
Oh, that's my wife.
Who are you?
I am
Rebellious Pastry.
Wow,
Welcome. Who are you?
wow, there's a girl on this panel.
Yep.
That almost never happens.
Imagine that.
No, on Wednesday night we always have one. It's always her.
Who is this person, Chris?
That's my wife.
It's his wife, me,
Yeah.
Diana.
She's down in our office downstairs. And every Wednesday night she's usually in here with us,
Yep.
having to deal with our geekdom.
Mhm.
So who am I? That could be answered
already
in
know
so
that?
many different ways.
Shouldn't you already know that who you are?
We got everyone except for Diana knows me, but I am the Rebellious Pastry, known for Storytime animations, and some people know me. So some people know me just because, I'm most. I don't know how. I don't know what to say.
She also goes by the name Joey Crack.
So you are an artist.
Oh wait, you talking to Diana? Oh, I also
I
go
was-
by they them pronouns.
Gonna
Okay.
introduce yourself.
Stop for just a second, everybody. What I
Yeah.
got from your initial is that you are an artist, correct? Rebellious Patriot. You draw, you animate,
Yes,
animator,
I'm a
animator. Okay,
animator.
very cool. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Is you're an animator. Well, welcome to our show. It's awesome to have you.
Mhm.
And the guys tend to run the show here, and that's okay by me.
Here's the thing. I tend to go ahead and run over the runners when it comes to a show.
Okay.
Oh, I see. I see how it is. I'm putting you on notice, Pastry.
Yeah. Well,
Put me
depending
there.
on what we
I
get
dare
talking
you.
on.
Hey, speaking of running the show and all that stuff, nobody said anything about a subscription tier. What do you guys think about that?
Do it.
I didn't hear enough about it when you were talking about it because of my internet.
So, okay, so in the spirit of like the Immortal Mask, which was 3 issues, all at once, I'm gonna do like Mangai, which should be at least 4 books. It might be 5 by the time I'm done, but there'll be 4 books. And I could set up a tier that would be binge, which would be all at once, one package, all 4 books, and whatever bling we're putting in, right? And then we could set up a tier that's subscriptions. And what it would be is to simulate that month-to-month anticipation of a book. And I don't know if it's just me remembering subscriptions so fondly that I think every dad in the world would be like, yeah, that would be fun. Or is it like just is it something people would want to do?
Oh,
Like,
I
I don't know if it's a
subscriptions. That was.
It's a. Sorry, go ahead, Tim.
I was going to say that you had something to look forward to every month.
yeah, it was fun, but I don't know if it
Yeah.
would work in today's world.
Well, we
Bring
only
it back.
have
Well-
4 books, so
Bring it
Yeah,
back,
run
man.
it.
Yeah,
Very
that would be my only drawback to it is you only have 4 books. It's a subscription, but it's not. It's not like it's subscription. Sounds like it's going to be ongoing for a while.
Yeah, well,
Like
no,
a
it's
year.
more, it's
What are
more
you
like
gonna
a
do, a
subscription
page at
to
a
a mini
time?
series.
No, it'd be like an issue a month.
Yeah, it would be like a mini series, but yeah, I know what you mean. It wouldn't be beyond the series,
right. So is
and
it
I don't know if there's a charm in that for people. I know for me, if it was offered and I knew that the books were coming every month once the campaign closed,
Yeah.
I would be interested. My fear would be that I would only get one book every like 4 years.
Yeah.
Because crowdfunding
I
has a
think the
terrible
other
reputation.
problem- I think the other problem with that is that the person would have to pay extra, say, shipping,
Yep.
Yeah,
because and that's probably something that they wouldn't want to do.
well, and something I wouldn't want to do
Especially
either.
with it
Like,
being like,
it would be a very niche
was gonna
offering if it was offered, and I don't know if, like, that's what I'm saying. Would anybody actually want that?
I don't
I
know.
think it'd be kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I do
you
too,
probably
but I
have to
don't know
do
if,
the
like-
shipping.
So,
It would set
but
you
like,
apart.
if it
if
adds
no one-
10, 12 bucks to a tier, is that too expensive? Because like each
Well,
issue
here-
going out, we got to check the postal because it could be even more.
Well, here's a thought.
Yeah,
If
you're
no
probably
one-
looking at $5 an issue.
no one's doing it, so it'd set you apart.
Now here's
So-
a thought.
Okay.
How about you go ahead and like sell behind the scenes stuff? Like maybe have like a behind the scenes tier where you get to go ahead and have like a
You mean like the book, like the pages, like all in pencil? This is what it looks like with it without it being inked, kind of thing.
yes.
No words or anything.
Just like a work in progress.
And there, here's
For
something
all
that
future books.
here's something too that I think we need to do. A few people have done it. Is the people that have bought our stuff before? We need to make some sort of secret tier, which you can do with, what's the name of it? Indiegogo, where you can have it so those people can get a bit of a discount or whatever because they're hopefully loyal buyers or will be loyal buyers.
Miss Diana, are you taking notes?
Uh-huh.
So we
In
need to
fact,
look into secret tiers and behind the scenes stuff. If people sign up right now, though, I already have a Google Drive full of behind the scenes stuff. I haven't updated it regularly, but I did just update it like a few days ago. But I'm putting up artwork most of it's not making the book, but it's still cool. Unfortunately, the way that much of my books are created, it'll get drawn out and then thrown away if I don't like something. I still do that, even though it's digital. But because
Here's
it's digital, I can save it.
Here's the thing. You could go ahead and have like the unmade scenes like be part of like the tier that lets people get behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, I would have to
Are
organize
we
it.
still talking about having a subscription? Is this all subscription?
Well, we're talking
ideas,
basically
or-
about the whole campaign at this point.
well,
Just ideas for it, because right now it's just in sign up, but once we launch, we should have a very well thought out tier campaign. The only thing I want to make sure we don't do is have like 800 different options.
we never do. I don't go that route. You know that. I'll be
Yeah,
like, nope.
I like to keep it organized, but we do need to think about stretch goals.
Well, yeah,
we're
we
going to
have
go flexible, but I'm going to ask for a large amount of money.
So, Chris, before
Yes.
we even get there, like, let's just revisit the subscription idea. What if you, instead of running the subscription idea for this campaign, what if you actually run a campaign where you're going to offer subscriptions over 12 months of a comic, whatever it might be?
Well, I'd have
and
to
offer it that
be
way.
far ahead and
Yeah, you
maintain
do.
that series.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's really in your heart of hearts, like you really love that idea of
Well, I'm just
getting, 'cause
thinking of
that's what
models.
you were saying to me the other day, like when you presented this idea, how much you loved getting a subscription, and that might be and I agree. I just don't know if the subscription model works with just 4 issues.
It does
Yeah.
if you get the right client. But here's another thought, and you tell me, okay? Now I'm starting to think outside the box. But what if you could pitch 10 and 20 packs to educators at a reasonable price,
We've done that.
therefore catching all the shipping at once and
Yeah.
delivering books
Yeah.
to their schools once a month for the entire class to read, like a Scholastic thing? It might be tough because you have to get by school committees most times.
Well, I was going to say
Yeah.
some of your work, as much
Yeah.
as I love it, probably would
Well,
not
Man
make it
Guy's
with
not
the
adult
program.
based. Man Guy's going to be rather, it's edgy, but it would be safe for TV.
Well, I don't know.
I would say you might want to think of the subscription model more from your website.
Yep.
That way, you can say, "Oh, we have this many books, and we can send one once a month to you, for this amount of time, or maybe longer." Because, well, Chris normally can create books fast enough that every couple months.
Right.
So maybe you could get a year's worth of subscriptions, and like you have the first 4 books of what's Cyclopean, then like 3 books of Thing,
Mhm.
Man Guy, and, and then you can throw in some of your other books that might be a touch over that $5 tier to send postage,
Right.
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
can just
True.
include. You can
That
just
might be
figure
a
out
way
the
to do it.
postage. That way, it breaks up and just say they can either purchase it. I
What
gonna
was
say
so
all at once.
funny, Chris?
What was so funny?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was laughing at Rick, something he just said.
Oh, when I
Well,
couldn't
no,
think
you know
of
what
the
it
word
was? I
man,
remember
man.
now. No, you made me think, though. I was thinking so obviously, like, Cyclopean 5 is probably next on the list after I get through the Man Guy project.
Yep.
But Cluster Fudge 3 is coming up, and that's probably going to be our Halloween book. And
Halloween? We're not even
yeah.
past Valentine's Day yet.
Oh yeah, but you gotta think ahead. Every Halloween comes up, and like I'm never ready for it. So like I'm already thinking.
Candy apples
So
and drink
I'm hoping to have Man Guy
little
done by
dead are
February,
spinning
right?
dreams. I remember
What's that?
Halloween. Nothing.
Tim was just singing. That's what Tim
But
does.
then
just
after that,
randomly
Cyclopean should take me
sing.
about 30 days, and
Mhm.
then
Don't touch
it's
me.
I got to start thinking about Halloween and Christmas
Well,
if I
what
want to
about
do
our
a Christmas thing.
Webtoons? Webtoons is kind of like a subscription service. We just have
Yes,
to
and
load it up.
Webtoons, it's cool because I'm trickling out the books,
Yep.
and 5 should come along and keep us going through the end of 2023 if I don't like blow the wad, like if I don't release too large of a segment at once.
Mhm.
Like you can stretch those out just by releasing 3 or 4 pages at a time.
True.
Yeah.
So that is like a
Yeah.
subscription. When you
Well,
it's a
there is a place to subscribe on
digital
there, but we haven't done
subscription.
that well. We only have like 10 subscriptions.
Right. So
I think
then
I should disappear on social media. We would probably do better.
probably social media is not always the best place. Well, we have some ideas, but
Yeah, I
Well, it's
feel
terrible
like
for the
some
autistic.
bases, I feel like some bases aren't the best for anybody, but
Mhm.
then other bases are like really nice.
Mhm.
Like
True.
like my base is really nice to me.
Mhm.
I'm personally like a YouTuber. Like pretty much only thing I do is YouTube, but like I tend to treat my fans nice, and they tend to treat me nice as well.
Right. And that's a good thing. I think that I personally do not care for Twitter. I personally am not a big fan of a lot of platforms out there, social media platforms, but I do know nowadays you've got to have some sort of a presence.
I refuse to have a Twitter.
Yeah, you're a smart person. I barely use mine. I do it like I'll post, hey, we're having a show, come and join us. But
unfortunately, Twitter, if you're a comic book creator, is where you have to be.
Yeah.
for that circle,
no.
for that
You think
circle,
that-
yes, but there are other circles that are way outside there, and that's where I'm going to try to tap in big time this year, because the group on Twitter, don't get me wrong, it's big, but it's not bigger than, say, 10,000, 20,000 people. The group that we, at most, like, if we do like 7 steps to Kevin Bacon type stuff. But if you look at the campaigns, even the big ones, they're getting what? No more than maybe 3,000-4,000, backers.
Yeah.
I would also say, there's lots of groups on, say, Facebook, and then there's lots of other social medias out there that people that don't want to use Twitter, like Pastry,
Isn't there one called Instagram?
Yeah.
There's an Instagram out there.
Instagram.
I have that one.
Yeah.
But I haven't really been posting.
A good one to try and figure out how to use, I think, as much as I don't
DeviantArt?
want to. Well, there's that, but I was going to say TikTok.
I heard it's something for Deviants.
Oh, hang on. I'm getting, I just puked in my mouth a little.
Why?
Okay, I'm better.
I'm glad everyone agrees on that.
Yeah, well, like I said, but you can get a good big base on there too.
Yeah, you can. I think that you guys are prejudiced against TikTok. You should not be.
Yes, I'm a TikTok.
No.
I'm a TikToker.
I'm very.
No.
I don't watch TikTok at all, but I
I'm
know.
TikTok phobic.
Let me explain.
Pastry's gonna rebuke us for our TikTok phobia.
All right, so
No,
think about the
TikTok
Tide Pod
phobia, too.
challenge. Think about the Tide Pod challenge.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
just as
no.
much as
And remember the Devious Lick challenge where people just stole like literally anything from soap dispensers to entire toilets in schools?
What about the challenge where they'd go into a store and lick something and then put it back on the shelf?
No,
I
that's,
agree.
that's too safe compared to what
No, that's
kids do these
Okay, so let me say something as an
Okay,
old man.
Hold on. Let me explain something.
Well, it depends on what you're licking, Tim.
cold syrup chicken.
Tim, you
Is
were
there
going to explain
anything
something.
else
Go
you
on.
need to say other than cold syrup chicken? Is there anything
Okay,
else you need to say?
so if Tim's not going to say anything, I'm going to say this.
Hold
okay?
on. I it kind of lagged a little bit. When you do that, it's called food tampering. Somebody actually got arrested and for that.
Yeah. Well, it
Well,
depends. Like
someone
I
would
said,
go ahead and get arrested for stealing a toilet out of a school too.
That is true.
as I
Well,
was
here's
saying, it
my
depends on what you
old man
lick.
thought on TikTok. This is how I know TikTok. They give enough content to some woman in the mid-central America, whatever, that she can do libs of TikTok and make. She's surely made hundreds of thousands, if not millions, off of that thing now. And all she does is repost TikTok. That's how crazy it is. She was able to take other people's posts and monetize them, and now she's like rolling in dough, and she's not doing
That's theft.
anything but rerunning their stuff.
That's theft.
Oh yeah, but think about that.
Well,
Okay,
yes
so
and no,
TikTok's so
Pastry.
crazy that she's been able to parlay that into a
Yes
career.
and no, Pastry.
That's
But
theft.
I'd say yes and no.
Point blank.
Do you want your do you want your stuff posted? Other people posting your stuff?
No.
So
Then
you
why
don't want
is
to grow
anybody
your
on
audience?
social media? That's my thing. So here I'm listening to you guys. Oh,
Right.
but then
right.
why are you putting it out there in the first place? You know, whatever you
Yeah.
put out there is going to get reposted, torn up, spit out, chewed up, lied about, and people are going to do the
Yeah.
dumbest things that you tell them to do. So where's
Yeah.
the
Well,
point?
that's
I've
sort of
gotten
my
hate
point.
comments before, but here's the thing. Literally, like, no one ever gives me hate comments about my stuff.
Well, that's
No,
good
it
for
is.
you, but
It's pretty much literally the only hate comments I've gotten were transphobia, which I don't understand.
well,
Like,
that's
as
fine, but that's not what
literally,
we're talking about. We're not talking about bad comments. You guys are talking about, I mentioned TikTok, and there was this whole like
Yeah.
conversation, like, oh my God, TikTok, including Chris. I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay. So Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, any social media, anything that you put out there is up for grabs for anybody that watches it. So it shouldn't be just one. It shouldn't be just one, platform, whether it's TikTok or
But
whatever.
there can only be one.
Yeah. But my
YouTube
point
for the
was
win.
my point was more pastry. You want people to share your content, right? So they know you're out there, so you
Yes,
can become
I'm
a big
talking
YouTube.
about I'm talking about stealing content.
Yeah, but if they're sharing it, it's not stealing. They're just sharing it.
Well,
Whether
if you put it out
likes
there
it,
and well, wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Now you're into like another whole thing. So you put your stuff out there, right? And you want people
Yes.
to look at it. You want to get feedback, right? I mean, one of the things that I've learned in school is that like when you critique somebody and you have something that you got to say that's not necessarily uplifting, you still want to couch it in something that's positive, right?
No.
Yes, you do. You don't want to go and say that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. You can't draw for your life. No, you don't say that. You don't say that kind of stuff.
Sometimes
But
you do.
Yeah.
no, you do not.
Are we talking about the subject of cruelty as entertainment?
Exactly. Ken.
Yay!
no,
And there are
that's
people
not
out
what
there
I'm
that like
talking
that,
about.
right? There are people out there that will do that.
Sad,
But if you are an artist
lonely
and you're
people.
putting your stuff on social media, that is just out there. People are going to take it. I've seen people do some really not nice stuff to artists, and
I've
it's
seen
not
it.
right. It's not right, but guess what? That's life, and that's how the world is. People are crazy. So I guess don't be thin-skinned if you're going to be out there putting out your art and stuff like that,
Yeah.
because it's going to come
Or
back.
if you are thin-skinned,
whatever.
if you are thin-skinned, stay close to the hospital and get blood transfusions as necessary.
Yeah.
Well, I have noticed one thing is that these people that dish out what they call their criticism don't like to be criticized themselves, and when you do that, they throw a temper tantrum and screenshot your comments.
Yeah.
Are you talking about me, man?
I've gotten criticized before. I either go ahead and be like, "Thank you for the input," or I think. Oh yeah, it depends on what type of criticism I get. Cause like I literally have a survey out right now, and apparently last year I fell flat on recording, so I'm gonna definitely record better, I guess. But yeah, like I like a good constructive criticism, but if you are just out there like stabbing me with what's easy, then I'm not going to respect you. Like just straight up criticism over like the most overdone thing ever. I'm just not going to respect it like at all, because you're pretty much telling me something against a community when I'm just one person.
No.
See, I just always assume I'm a lone wolf until I know I'm not, and then when I'm not, I just assume we're all lone wolves in a pack. I don't know. Like,
point was.
Go ahead, Rick.
My point was more back to it is that we and you don't have to. Obviously, it's an individual choice. We have to try and get out there on platforms that we can grow stuff on. Like, and everybody's gonna cringe when I say it again. Like TikTok, you know.
Oh,
No, I don't mind. I enjoy TikTok. Actually, I find some
You know-
very
you know what I
entertaining
wanna
people
do?
on TikTok.
I'm gonna put my stories on Facebook stories.
I also
Yeah.
have found some TikTok users that are like out to lunch, and I don't watch them. But like anything, Twitter, I've seen some. I can't even say that. Twitter is just a hot mess these days. I don't.
yeah,
really-
Elon
Well,
Musk bought it and is trying to make it better, but I think he's just making things worse.
I don't.
I'd say
I don't
he's
know
made
if
it
it's
better
just.
myself.
Well, again, I can't. How can you attribute it just to one person? Like, okay, so Elon Musk bought it and he did all these changes, but the fact is that there are so many thousands and millions of people using Twitter that contribute to the garbage that we're seeing. Put your hand down. Put your hand down. I am speaking. He does this all the time. When I speak, do you notice what he does? Okay, go ahead, speak, because I can't. Go ahead, talk.
Elon Musk is today's equivalent of Tony Stark.
Shut up. Just shut up. Turn your camera off. Oh my God. I can't even take you. I swear to God, you make me crazy. Guys,
Musk
you should
Industries.
pray for me some days because
Okay.
he's like nuts. Freaking Tony Stark, my
SpaceX,
God.
Tesla, Twitter.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, I think what
can't.
you're trying to say, Diana, is that all these platforms are they can be good and bad. It depends on who's using them and for what.
Exactly. Thank you, Rick.
Except for
Only the
TikTok.
bad things get up in the air these days.
Oh my God, Christopher.
Do you know what's really wrong with TikTok? I'm going to clue you guys in.
Please tell us.
It's missing one thing.
What is it? Batman?
Toe. It's got no
Ooh.
toe.
Tic-tac-toe.
Toe.
Oh my God.
Tell left. He went his own direction.
If you don't like what we have to say on the panel, why are you still on the panel, Diana?
Because it's my show, and I can be here if I want. It's just saying. If you don't like what you're hearing on the panel, then you can leave. But the point is, it's my show, it's Chris's show, so we can kind of speak what we want. And half the time I don't like what I hear on the panel because these guys go down roads that I'm like, okay, what are we talking about tonight again? Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's regroup, everybody. Regroup. We were talking about Rick's comics, and it was very nice. And Chris was talking about his comics that are going on, and I think Melvin too. Tim has brought up that, and
yes,
you mentioned that you are an
Feel free
animator and have your own YouTube channel. So those are all good things, but I can pick on Chris. He's my husband. I can tell him to be quiet because he needs that. And he doesn't listen to me anyway, so it doesn't matter.
What's that?
Oh, exactly.
Them's the rules.
It is. Yeah, he does. He bends the rules all the time.
What?
And Chris, TikTok doesn't refer to the game; it refers to a clock. TikTok, you've only got so much time.
Hey, don't get technical
Yeah,
on
no,
me.
you can't get your toe in there. You can't do tic-tac-toe. Sorry. Not going to happen. Just saying.
TikTok is for people with really low attention spans.
Oh,
Ouch.
Tim. Oh,
True.
Timothy.
It's
Oh,
I guess
Or
I guess
either
it was
that or
for
very
TikTok.
intelligent people to get your point across in 3 minutes.
It
There you
takes
go, Rick.
we go from TikTok to Tim Talks.
Tim Talks. Oh, that's even shorter.
So I don't have any offense to TikTok, actually to none of the social medias, but I think that if you want to build a business, creative business like artists and things like that, that's just one tool. Social media is one tool. You need to get out to the cons, you need to get out to whatever
To the
media
people.
that you're doing to get yourself.
I
more
recommend
exposure.
standing at a street corner yelling at people.
Yeah, that might work. And you're very good at that, so that would be
That-
perfect.
That would get one to two things. One, more fans. 2, get you thrown in jail.
Well, it depends on what you're yelling. If you're saying, "Hey, my book is amazing. You should come check it out. It's free. Let's do it." They might come over, you know?
Or people might just go ahead and record you and put you on their TikTok.
See, is anybody reading like what Lorenzo is saying? Because he is like just giving some wonderful, wonderful ideas. Did you see that?
Lorenzo's a sweetheart.
Yes, yes, he is. Did you see that? So Christopher and Rick and Tim,
Yeah.
they wanted that TikTok, but you could do a quick little spurt. Maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe I'll create the channel and run TikTok for Hero Shack. Okay,
That would be new.
that would be new. Once I graduate,
Mm.
I have lots of
Yeah.
plans. I can't do it before
You
then.
could be
Yeah.
Demo Diana about to destroy something, but before
I
you
could be.
do,
I
go
could
So
to
be.
Diana-
HeroShack.com.
Uh-huh.
Tell me when we're dealing with the cons.
Why is that up here?
What?
She
Explain
said
how I deal with a con.
because Diana's
Because
you're a con
it's gotta be-
artist.
Sometimes, okay, listen. Chris is funny when he doesn't try to be funny. Okay, stop trying to be funny because you're funny without being funny. You know exactly what I was talking about. You had to.
looks
had to
like
go.
looks like
I'm over here
someone's
giggling at least.
looks like someone's joke just got scrambled.
Yeah, he's scrambled. He's gonna be hamburger meat. That's what he's gonna be. But
So,
anyway,
yeah,
so
so,
it is.
so you're saying the yoke's on him?
Yeah, the yoke is on him.
Me and Crossy together,
Oh my god!
and
I
you're
can't take it.
probably screwed.
I cannot take it. Chris always
It's
takes
all
it.
good. I'm gonna
But-
be fine. Don't you guys worry about me.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Someone kind of has
But
to
you know what?
catch
You know.
up. Catch up.
But you know what they say? You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Oh.
They say that.
You literally
Yeah, they
scrambled
say
the
that.
eggs.
This
You
is why we
literally-
don't go till after. We don't usually stream after 10 because everybody gets a little goofy. It's now 10:25 and we're all falling apart. Oh
No.
my lord, I can't. I
So we're
can't.
getting,
Oh,
we're getting
I'm just
close to
coming in.
10:30.
You
What?
want to know something, guys? This is my second show today,
Cons.
Okay,
and I'm doing just fine.
Are you
that's good
watching
for
this?
you.
Are you
That's
sharing my screen?
wonderful. What's that?
Are you
What
sharing
is
my
this? Oh
It's
god,
cons.
it's scrambled egg.
egg.
No, yeah, that
I'm
too. You
proving.
can't make. You can't scramble the eggs without breaking them.
That's
Yes.
true.
Yes.
True.
All right. Well,
She's
So are we
scram-
all
I
a bunch
want to
of
see if she
eggs that
puts
need to
milk
be
in there.
broken?
How come she didn't put milk in it yet?
why are we watching this again?
Because you can't scrambled eggs without breaking a few shells.
Well, yes, that is true. But never mind.
I was confirming what Rick said. I
Okay,
thought she
so
might be able to do it without
we're
breaking
now
the shell.
down to the 5-year-old joke level. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's 10:25. Remember?
If we
It is 10:25. That's
If
what we
we-
get.
if we try hard enough, we can get down to 2-year-old.
Yeah.
We just can't be.
No.
We
Oh,
just
yeah.
gotta learn how not to be shellfish.
Shellfish. Oh my god.
You bring up the shells, so you know.
Okay.
Okay, Crossy, maybe you're the dad jokes master of every channel but mine.
He's the worst.
You know,
You're
Two-year-old
just hot
humor, right?
dogging it tonight.
No.
2-year-old humor. Diana,
Oh god.
my love for you is like diarrhea.
Thank you so much.
Gross.
I can't hold it in.
You're such an ass. I have to say it. You're such-
You can't hold it in and it runs all day.
Oh.
Okay. When the dogs poo in the yard, right?
Oh,
What do the flies politely say to each other?
Please buzz off.
Is this stool taken?
Chris.
Somebody's sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah, you know what, Chris? That was a really crappy joke.
Dear God. They don't stop ever.
Hang
So,
on,
guys, I got a question. Wait,
Yes?
I have a question.
Sure.
What's
All
a
right.
mangaika? Terry keeps telling me he's going to turn me into one. What is that?
Man, Geika.
A mangaika?
Isn't that Chris's
Terry,
book?
no. Look at Mighty Geek Studios, 1024. Let's see if I turn Diana into a mangaika. Maybe we can bring more traffic this way.
It
What
must
is
be
that?
a fan. It must be a fan
Is it?
of manga.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I have a question, Diana.
God, what? It's
Hang
an
on.
artist. It's a manga artist. What's the question, Christopher?
Okay,
Do you really want to know the question?
No, because I'm going to go upstairs and punch him in the head. And I said that on live. What? What do you
What do-
want to ask me?
well,
You can't get it out, so I know it's really fresh. Go ahead. Come on, homeboy. Let's do it. Let's hear it.
Okay.
I'm ready. Ready?
I'm ready.
What do a clown's fart smell like?
They smell funny. That was an easy,
Uh,
that was an easy one.
Oh,
You
I'm
guys,
so
you know what's
sorry.
I
so
think
sad?
that. Well,
What
there's
gets
one
him-
thing I don't.
Oh, continue.
There's one thing I don't think that joke was funny.
Chris, have you
Yeah.
regrouped yourself now?
Yeah, I'm trying. I was trying to get us below 2 years old, and I just couldn't stop laughing.
No.
Go, go, gaga.
That did it. That kind of did it, Chris. You
Oh, wow.
did.
Well, the
hit
problem
2 years
is,
below mark. Most 2 years olds
Yeah.
cannot formulate a sentence to that degree, but that was a good try.
Uh,
I'm glad you
It took my
laughed.
breath away, babe.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
he's still gonna sleep on the
Maybe
couch
even-
tonight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I got a
Yeah.
question. Where's the draw stream this week?
What?
Chris, no, she didn't take your breath away. That Elliot took your breath away.
Hey, Rick, is this the weekend I'm supposed to do it for you because you're not going to be able to do it?
The
Yeah,
draw
or I
stream?
don't think I am going to be able to do it. Yeah.
It's
All
at
right.
3.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to be there regardless, even if I have to do it.
All
I'm
right.
sure Terry will be there. Rick might skip out on us. You just heard him say it.
Why you saying have to, not get to?
I have to because I have to commit to this because I do a terrible job of committing to streams. I'm good about Wednesday. I'm fairly inconsistent on Tuesdays. I haven't done a Lorenzo Thursday in 6 months, a year maybe.
Oh man,
I
guess
think
who
a
stole
year.
your spot? Guess who stole your spot?
Well, you probably stole it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I
Yay.
can't make it this Thursday due to IRL obligations. But good luck, Lorenzo.
You can totally steal it back, Chris.
Yes.
I will show cleavage. I told Diana.
Oh my God. I can't. Stop.
I
That's not
watched
what
the
we're about.
ratings drain to zero every time I
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, would you?
You
one wants
technically
to-
could.
No one wants to see your moves.
I have ratings kryptonite if I need it.
Yeah,
Chris.
you do.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
No one wants to see your moves. Stop it.
I don't know. There's a crowd out there. I'm telling you, there's a crowd for
Well,
everything.
This has been fun, but I gotta get going because
Hi, Diana.
Well, what?
I am
Okay,
out
wait a
of-
minute. What time is it?
It's 10:30. It's late.
All right.
10:30.
Yeah, I got to go to
We have
work
work
too.
in the
So
morning. Like we get up at 6 o'clock and go to work and do real jobs.
you
and-
get up at 6. I get up at like 3.
Well, yeah,
Um,
that's true.
So, Diana, do you have anything to announce before we leave?
No, except
Okay.
good.
Well, we have Cyclopean on Webtoons,
Yep.
and we have Mangai Yushoken and sign up on Indiegogo.
Mhm.
And I know that, Rick and Tim definitely have something to promote. I don't know if Pastry does, but if anybody wants to jump in, now would be the time.
Wow, nice one.
Melvin 2's on Indiegogo on demand. Get it? Because it's awesome.
Yep.
That was me cheering, by the way.
Yeah.
Yay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
If anybody wants to, this Saturday at noon Eastern, hopefully I should have the time to do it. I'm going to be reading Titan, most of my #1 in my Discord. If anybody wants to come and see and hear it, I'll be showing the pages as I read it. So,
Rick,
and doing voices and all that. So, yes.
will there be thematic? Will there be thematic music in the background?
No.
No page
No.
for you.
If you want, I can come on and
But-
hum for you while you read.
Maybe. But if you, I did it last week for Gary Shipman's Packham's Adventures, and I put up excerpts from my reading and my little bit of a review on it on my channel.
I think I caught
So
some
if
of that
anybody wants-
while I was at work. You posted it, right?
Yeah,
I believe I caught some of that.
yeah, and I'll do the same thing for each book I do. Something
So
similar.
Diana,
Yeah.
will there be a review of Melvin #2 in the future?
Eventually. Yeah. Eventually I will definitely
Sweet.
do it. I'm working through Rick's right now, and I'm going to do a review for him. And I've got a couple of projects that I'm working on, but I got homework and
Yeah,
other
I get it.
obligations that I got to do.
I gets it.
Mhm.
So, Paige,
Yeah, I
did you have
definitely will.
anything in the oven?
Let's see here. What video do I have up next? Or I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna actually say what I posted this Saturday, which is kind of funny because it actually involves an oven.
What?
What? So there's a story time about how Mama Pastry almost burnt the house down.
Oh no.
So please go ahead and check out the video.
Mhm.
Do I have a wrench in your channel? If
I think
not,
you
if
might.
oh
If not,
yeah, I
Renzo's
do.
been pasting it.
He
They
There you go.
now we have one of each on this stream with a few extra he's.
Yeah, we also have a pastry. So
Yeah. And then here's my channel in general.
When I say rebellious pastry, I think of like the Twinkie that got out of the factory with 4 holes instead of 3. That was a joke. Nobody would appreciate but a Twinkie fan.
So,
With that said, we should probably go, right?
so that-
honey?
Yeah.
That pastry was just a little bit more holy. That's why it wasn't rebellious.
I knew you were going to do that.
It
was the
All right, it
holy
is
one.
time to go. So everybody say goodbyes because I am getting
Bye.
ready.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye-bye!